Hey guys, I'm that little Louie and welcome to my latest video. So this is more of a serious video today, and you'll be able to see that it's titled "We All Need to Wake Up" or something along the lines of that. But basically, yeah, we all need to wake up because a lot of people, most people in this country and in the world don't realise that the media and what's told to us by the government and by sort of newspapers or journalists or anything like that, the majority of the time they're just showing us what they want us to believe, what they want us to show, and what they want us to sort of think and that sort of thing. And they show us all these sorts of things. It's subliminal messaging a lot of the time. Like, it's not literally subliminal messaging, but it's kind of like they put things that get put on the news and stuff, and more stories are getting people to think a certain way. I mean, the reason that Britain is so sort of mostly xenophobic at the moment and racist is because the media wants them to be like that. The world's governments, which ultimately control the media because they partner with big corporations and big sort of obviously you've got most of the news, it's Rupert Murdoch owned, and there's a couple of other ones that are big sort of businessmen in big corporations that own stuff and partner with the government, and they essentially want us to be divided. They don't want us to be unified, because if we're unified we can rise up. They just want to keep us down. They want to keep us down. They want to oppress us. They want to keep us out of the way so they can just do what they want, make as much money as they want, and essentially just rule the world. Essentially, it's not. Democracy doesn't exist anymore. We vote in people who become dictators. We vote in dictators. Essentially, we create this, and a lot of the time, in fact, voting, most of the votes that actually get counted and actually count for something is big corporations investing in certain politicians or backing them, and it's not the votes of ordinary people like me and you. It's the voices of these hypocrites, these greedy, fear-mongering, war-mongering dickheads. It basically is. It's that simple. I don't understand why people are so in the dark about it, and this is no point in voting. This is why I became an anarchist, because I voted in the last election for Labour, fully believed in everything that they were sort of saying, and then when the Conservatives got in, I just realised that the amount of support there was for Labour, like, there's so much support for Labour. Not just Labour, you had the Green Party, UKIP. I'm not a fan of UKIP, but there was support for them. But somehow, Conservatives won. Seems a little bit fishy, really, doesn't it? Because we had, like, what is it? I think is it 4 or 5 years that they have? We have about 5 years of shit, basically. And then people were just like, you know what? We want more. We want more of this shit. It's like you're a kid in school and you're getting bullied by someone, and then it's literally like, say you get bullied for like a couple of weeks, you literally go back the next week like, hey, I want to be bullied again. No, why would you do that? Clearly it's rigged. It's rigged. It's fixed. There's no way that the amount of people that voted for the different parties would mean that the Conservatives end up, and the way that it's all done for Conservatives favours them. It's like, it's not done by individual vote, it's done by like seats, and like majority. It's like you can't win if you don't have a majority or something, even if you have more. It's quite complicated, but basically the system that they're using for voting is basically, it makes them get more votes on paper in general than the likes of other parties, which would probably have a lot more seats if it was represented a bit more. I think that's what it is anyway. But let's just not talk about that, because it's whoever you vote for, it's not going to change anything, because at the end of the day, the people that get in power are the people with the money, and the people that get influence from big corporations and all these government things. Like, a lot of people joke about the Illuminati and say, oh, Illuminati confirmed, oh, blah blah blah. I don't think there's actually an Illuminati. It's just those in power will do anything to stay in power. That's the way I see it, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all the poverty and homelessness and sort of starvation that's happening in this country when we're supposed to be a relatively rich country, but we can't even keep all our people housed and fed. Why in 2015 do we still have homeless people? Because the world is still ruled by twats. David Cameron, twat. George Osborne, twat. Boris Johnson, twat. Theresa May, twats. They're all twats. I hate them all. Like, if they died tomorrow, I'd laugh. You know what I mean? Like, they're just the scum of the earth, and they just don't care about the ordinary people. They don't care about disabled people. They don't care about black people. They don't care about Asian people or Muslim people or anyone from different religions. They don't care about people that aren't necessarily that clever, or they don't care about any working class person. People, we really need to wake up. We need to stop living in this world where we just think, oh, we're just going to carry on with things. It's the way we're taught to do things. From the start of human life in most countries, you are taught to go to school, get a job, eventually, and you get a job that you, even if you hate the job so much, which majority of people do, you get a job, you hate the job, but you work in a job that you hate to pay for a mortgage that you didn't want. You meant to get married, you meant to have kids, you meant to shut your mouth and not question anything the government says, and just sit there like a good little drone. Because that's what the government wants us to be. They want us to be mindless drones. They want us to just further for the country. And I don't know about you, but the way that they want us, you've got to work for the country, you've got to help the country, you've got to really help Britain. And everyone's a part of it, and if everyone doesn't do it, they can't function. And if you can't work for Britain, you don't matter. I don't know about you, but that reminds me about something else. Something else that happened a couple of years ago. Don't know if you remember many people, but there's a lot of people in a certain country that had to walk around wearing these armbands. And it feels exactly like Nazi Germany, because of the way the government is, we may as well be ruled by Hitler. Hitler may have well as won the war, because it's fucking changed nothing. We don't have equality. We don't have freedom. We don't have freedom of speech. We don't have freedom to move through like different classes. We don't have freedom to do that. if you're working class, you stay working class. You're middle class, you stay middle class. And if you're anything higher, you stay anything higher, obviously. And it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Like, so many people in this country falling victim to income tax, council tax, and this stupid fucking bedroom tax. Like, fuck off with that, you cunts. Yeah, I agree there should be one tax, but it shouldn't be for people that don't earn much. It shouldn't be as less. Like council tax, I found out the other day, I used to think that was just done by how much you earn, but it's actually, if you rent a place or live or buy a house or something, you have to pay fucking council tax anyway. What's that all about? Why can't there just be one tax that's sort of, how much you pay depends on how much you earn. Just have the income tax thing, but make it more sort of, make it just one whole tax and just include everything in there. And also, tax fucking Starbucks for a start, and the companies like that, they're tax dodging. Starbucks, Boots, all these sort of big companies that aren't paying their taxes, they're not paying billions worth of taxes, which invest that into the economy. We could fix so many problems. We could get rid of this debt that we're in. We could fix all these problems. And another thing, why the fuck do politicians earn so much money? David Cameron, I'm looking at you, you cunt. 3 mil, what he earns like 7 million a year or something like that. And then there's George Osborne, who's got a £3 million trust fund, when he does fuck all. Oh, well, can sort out the budget, basically. What we're going to do this year, this is what George Osborne always does. And what we're going to do this year, guys, is we're going to fuck over poor people. You're disabled, fuck you. You're a Muslim, fuck you. You're poor, fuck you. That's what he does every fucking year. He needs to fucking drop dead. He needs to be hanged. Bring back the death penalty, get rid of David Cameron, get rid of George Osborne, fuck all the Tories, hang them all, I don't care, hang them. They all fucking, they don't deserve to live. They're racist, they're homophobic, they're xenophobic, they're discriminatory to disabled people. It's not on. Why do people stand for this? Why are people fucking just carrying on with this? I don't understand why people just think it's okay for the normal person to be treated like this. We're the 99%, we need to rise up. Look, I became an anarchist for this reason. We need to get more and more people in support of this. We need to teach more people. Like, honestly, when you watch this video, you don't have to leave a like, but it would be helpful. But honestly, just share the video around, just share it around, get it circulating, get it all over. We need to get this message out that enough is enough. We need to stop. It's time that the government's feared the people again. The government should fear their people, because the people have the power to do a lot of things, and we need to unify ourselves. We need to stop listening to what's written in the Sun. We need to stop listening to BBC News, stop listening to Rupert Murdoch and all his sort of newspapers and all that sort of thing. We need to stop listening to all of that. We need to just think for ourselves, and we need to pull together. Don't think, oh, that's a Muslim, he's clearly a terrorist, or that person's disabled, they don't deserve to be paid full wages, which is what David Cameron said, which in my opinion needs shooting for, and I would happily admit that to his face because he's a dickhead. But basically, it's time to get everyone together. Just forget about everyone's differences, embrace people's individuality, but there's no reason to exclude people just because they're a certain religion or a certain race or what they look like. Everyone needs to pull together. We're all human beings. We need to pull together, we need to rise up, and we need to take back power for ourselves. And the easiest way to do that is to share this message around. So make sure you share this video, leave a like if you enjoyed, or if you'd like to. You don't have to. Leave a comment if you've got some opinions about what I've said, or if you want to debate with me, or if you're interested in learning more about sort of anarchist and activists or that sort of thing. If you're interested in that sort of thing, then let me know and I'll be happy to respond. That video probably got a little bit heated, but at the end of the day, I don't really care, because I couldn't hold it in anymore. I had to freaking get it out there. And if the men in the fucking black suits come and take me away, come at me. You know what I mean? Like, they can fuck off, right? I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.